Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
My fiancée sent me a text just 30 minutes before our wedding. I'm sorry. I can't go through with this. I need something better. I messaged the DJ immediately. Change of plans. Play the party tracks. Then I stepped onto the stage, shared her message with everyone, and turned the reception into a celebration of moving on. 3 days later, she showed up in tears, having learned her backup plan was already committed to someone else. I never imagined I'd be the guy with a wedding horror story, but life has a way of throwing curveballs when you're least prepared. My name's Ethan, and 6 months ago, I was set to marry the woman I believed was my soulmate. Sophia and I had been together for 4 years, engaged for 1. We met in grad school, built our careers together, and moved in together after 2 years. The proposal was at her family's lakeside cabin, with both our families cheering from the porch. It was magical. She teared up, I teared up, and everyone celebrated. Planning the wedding was no walk in the park, as expected. But we managed with minimal conflict. Sophia wanted a grand affair. I'd have been fine with something simpler, but her happiness was my priority. So we reserved an upscale venue, invited 175 guests, and splurged on flowers, catering, and an open bar. 2 weeks before the wedding, Sophia moved most of her belongings to her parents' house, following a family custom. She left behind some clothes, personal items, and a few boxes we planned to take to our new home after the honeymoon. She was supposedly staying with her parents until the big day, though I later learned that wasn't entirely true. On the morning of the wedding, I woke up feeling on top of the world. My best man, Jake, and 3 other groomsmen were at an Airbnb near the venue. We ate breakfast, put on our tuxedos, and arrived at the venue for pre-ceremony photos. Everything was on track. Then, 30 minutes before the ceremony, while guests were taking their seats and I was in a side room with my groomsmen, my phone pinged. A text from Sophia. Ethan, I'm so sorry, but I can't do this. These last few weeks have shown me I want more than what we have. Please don't reach out or try to find me. I've already left. I read the message over and over, thinking it had to be a joke. But Sophia wasn't one for pranks. Jake saw my face and asked what was wrong. I handed him my phone. His expression shifted from confusion to fury. Is she for real? What does she mean, want more? No clue, I said, still stunned. Call her maid of honor. See if she's really gone. He dialed Emma, who answered, sobbing. She confirmed Sophia had left the venue 20 minutes earlier, taking only her purse and phone. Her wedding dress still hung in the bridal suite. The wedding coordinator knocked, asking if we were ready to start. I showed her the text. She stayed calm, bless her, and asked what I wanted to do. What did I want? My fiancé had just abandoned me at the altar via text. Part of me wanted to lock myself away forever. Another part wanted to chase Sophia and demand answers. But neither felt right. Then an idea hit. Everything's paid for, right? The venue, the food, the drinks. I asked. Yes. The coordinator confirmed. All settled. And our friends and family are all here? They are. I looked at Jake, then back at her. Then let's throw a party. Jake raised an eyebrow. What kind of party? A my fiancé dumped me party. Tell the DJ to switch to the dance playlist we picked for later. And get the bar going. The coordinator paused. I should check with the venue manager about altering the event. There could be contract concerns. Please do, I said. I'll sign whatever's needed. Same space, same services, just a different vibe. She stepped out, returning shortly with a relieved nod. The manager's okay with it. They've seen worse wedding day messes. As long as we're within legal bounds, they're fine. Soon, the staff was briefed. Jake told my parents and siblings, who were shocked but supportive. I texted my closest friends in the crowd, filling them in. At my request, the DJ announced a change in schedule and directed everyone from the ceremony area to the reception hall. Guests, confused, shuffled inside. Where the lights were low, the dance floor glowed, and the bar was open. The DJ swapped classical tunes for high-energy tracks. Once everyone was settled, I grabbed the mic. My heart raced, but I felt oddly steady. I briefly hesitated about reading Sophia's message publicly, but figured her altar-ditching text nullified any privacy claims. Thanks for being here, I started. As you've probably guessed, there's no wedding today. Murmurs spread. Half an hour ago, Sophia sent me this. I held up my phone and read her text aloud. Gasps and whispers filled the room. I spotted Sophia's parents, looking horrified, near the exit. We've got two choices, I went on. Go home upset and confused, or make use of this amazing venue. Great food, and paid for open bar, and throw a party. I'm voting party. Silence hung for a moment, then Jake started clapping. My old college buddy hollered from the crowd. Applause grew. My mom, teary but smiling, joined in. Sophia's parents slipped out quietly. I didn't blame them. DJ, turn it up, I said, passing back the mic. The music blasted and people hit the dance floor. The catering team, with a nod from the coordinator, started serving appetizers. The bartenders poured generously. What followed was one of the most bizarre, healing nights of my life. Friends and family rallied around me, letting me vent, laugh, and dance. Even some of Sophia's friends who stayed expressed their shock and support. Not everyone embraced the shift, though. About a quarter of the guests, mostly older relatives and Sophia's family friends, left quietly after offering sympathies. I got it. A breakup bash isn't for everyone. But those who stayed were determined to salvage the night. The party went until midnight. We ate the wedding meal, ignoring the seating plan. We drained the bar. Someone got the DJ to play Sweet Caroline, and the crowd belted it out. My dad, who avoids dancing, tried the Macarena. My teenage cousins taught my 82-year-old grandma to floss. I kept checking my phone, half hoping for a message from Sophia. Nothing. The next morning, I woke up with a splitting headache in my apartment. Jake had slept on my couch to keep an eye on me. My phone was flooded with messages from guests. Sorry for what happened, but raving about the party. I spent the day in a fog, answering calls from worried loved ones. Sophia stayed silent, her social media dark. None of our shared friends knew her whereabouts. By day 2, shock turned to anger. I packed up the belongings Sophia had left in our apartment before moving to her parents for the tradition. I arranged for her brother to pick them up. I canceled our honeymoon, recouping most of the cost, and drowned my feelings in too much bourbon while watching bad TV. On the third day, around 6 p.m., my doorbell rang. There was Sophia, eyes swollen, in an oversized hoodie and leggings, her go-to outfit when upset. "Can I come in?" she asked softly. Part of me wanted to shut the door, but I needed answers. I let her in. She sat on the couch's edge, looking ready to bolt. I stood. "I'm so sorry," she started, tears forming. "I messed up everything." "You think," I said, my voice calm but sharp. "You bailed on our wedding with a text, Sophia." "I know. It was terrible." I freaked out. "Why? What did you mean by something better?" She stared at her hands. "It's complicated. I've got time." She exhaled. "You know Ryan from my office?" Ryan, the new creative lead at her company, mentioned casually a few times. "Sort of," I said, dread rising. "We got close recently. Just friends at first, but it felt different. He got me in a way I thought you didn't. He was dynamic, driven. And you were cheating," I said flatly. "Not physically," she said quickly. "Not until the night before the wedding. The night she was supposedly at her parents'. So you cheated, then dumped me 30 minutes before our vows because Ryan was your thrilling plan B?" She cringed but didn't deny it. "He said he had feelings for me. Told me I was settling with you. That I deserved someone who matched my spark. And you bought it." I was overwhelmed, scared of forever. He felt like an out. "So why are you here? Shouldn't you be with Ryan?" Tears fell. "He's engaged. Has been for a year. His fiancée's abroad but coming back soon for their wedding. He never told me." I laughed, a harsh sound that made her flinch. "So he wanted a fling before his wedding, and you fell for it?" "I made a huge mistake," she whispered. "I threw away our life for a fantasy." She pulled out her phone, showing a viral video of my speech and the party with thousands of views. People posted it everywhere. "Fantastic," I muttered. "I'm a meme. You looked so strong, so composed." Meanwhile, I was holed up in a hotel, waiting for Ryan, who ghosted me. When I finally got hold of him, he admitted the truth and said it was just casual. I felt a mix of vindication, sorrow, and odd pride in how I'd handled it. "What do you want, Sophia? Forgiveness? A do-over?" "I don't know," she admitted. "Maybe both. I don't deserve either, but I still love you, Ethan. Our 4 years meant something." I weighed her words. Part of me still cared, 4 years don't vanish overnight. But the trust was gone. You're right, I said. You don't deserve either. You didn't just mess up. You made choices that humiliated me on what was supposed to be our best day. For what? A guy who used you like you used me. That's not fair, she said. Not fair? Getting a breakup text before my vows isn't fair. Finding out you were sneaking around isn't fair. Showing up here only after Ryan ditched you isn't fair. She sobbed openly now. So we're done for good because of one error? It wasn't one error, Sophia. It was a betrayal of everything we built. And I deserve better. I used her words intentionally, seeing them land. Please, Ethan, let me make it right. I shook my head. You need to go. I packed your stuff. Your brother was coming tomorrow, but take it now. She glanced at the boxes by the door, realizing I'd already moved on. You were erasing me. You erased yourself. She stood, defeated. For what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Seeing those videos, how you turned a disaster into something positive, it reminded me why I loved you. Too late, I said, not cruelly, just honestly. I helped carry her boxes to her car. As she got in, she gave a sad smile. The party looked fun. I wish I'd been there. No, I said. You don't. Everyone there knew what you did. At least this way, you kept some pride. I shut her car door and walked back inside without watching her leave. 6 months later, I'm doing okay. Not amazing, not awful, just okay. The video of my breakup party went viral, earning me brief fame and even some TV appearances. Strangers who'd faced similar betrayals messaged me, inspired by my response to heartbreak. Sophia and I haven't spoken since. I heard she left her job and relocated for a fresh start. Ryan married as planned, though his office buzzed with rumors about his actions. Some days I miss the Sophia I thought I knew. Others I'm thankful for the escape. The viral fame was odd but fleeting, which I'm grateful for. If there's a takeaway, it's that when life throws a disaster your way, sometimes you just turn up the music and dance. It doesn't fix everything, but it's better than wallowing. And if your fiancé dumps you via text before your wedding, make sure you get your money's worth from the venue.